Yo, it's Kaizen. Although if you didn't know that, how the hell did you find this video? Because it's on my Twitter and my YouTube. Anyway, I have an update to share with you on my future involvement in the gaming space. So I'm not going to be doing LCS in 2022. And instead, I'm going to be focused on growing my coaching business. So in the last quarter of last year, I actually started coaching. I'm a mindset and self-mastery coach. And I help people transcend their limiting beliefs so they can step into a place of freedom and abundance and loving themselves. And how did I get here? Because I'm this LCS commentating guy, right? Well, I'm not just that. 10 years ago, I was in college. I went up to Harvard, which was my dream at the time. And while I was there, I was suicidally depressed. I had totally hit rock bottom, massively anxious, and just not in a good state. And over the last 10 years, I've coped with my depression and coped with my anxiety and had a lot of cool external things happen, right? Like had an awesome job at Riot Games. I won an Emmy, got to travel the world, produce all kinds of awesome esports shows and events and all kinds of stuff. But during most of that time, I was still really, really unhappy and still had suicidal thoughts and was still anxious and just wasn't fulfilled. And it took a lot of time and introspection and just deep inner work to overcome that. But the good news is I'm no longer depressed and no longer anxious. And that's been the case for the better part of the last 2 years. And it came from a lot of work and a lot of investment and time and energy and money into myself. But it's also changed my priorities a lot. Now, in 2020, the beginning of 2020, I left Riot and the headline was I'm leaving to become a pro gamer because I was super good at TFT and I played that professionally for a while. I was okay, I won a tournament, which was cool, but I knew very, very early on that it wasn't my calling or my purpose. It was just something that I was doing while I figured out what my calling and purpose actually were. And then I sort of honestly stumbled into a commentating opportunity, and that was really, really fun. And I'm grateful for the chance to do what for me 5 years ago would have been a dream job, to get to talk about League of Legends professionally and just bring light and enjoyment to people. And that's been a great journey over the last year. But the other journey I've been undertaking over the last year is trying to understand, okay, what do I want to do with my life, right? What's the multi-decade vision for me? And how do I want to leave an impact and a legacy on this planet? And over the course of that period, I've realized that through all the work that I've done on myself with, meditation and therapy and reading and getting coached and plant medicine and all these things, I've received so much internal peace and clarity and freedom. And that's what I want to help other people attain as well. I want to help people evolve in the exact same way that I've evolved. And this is part of a bigger vision for my life of becoming one of the greatest communicators and enlightened thinkers of all time. So that's why I started Kaizen Freedom Mentoring, which is my coaching practice to help other people benefit from the same changes and all the lessons that I've learned in my life and just transfer it straight into them. So for that, my product is freedom, right? That's a product I offer in my coaching service. And the tool is awareness. And I wield it all with love. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my website. You can go to kaizenfreedommentoring.com, or the shorter version of it is just thatskaizen.com. But for all of you who have been following me over the course of the last few years as I've gone on this internal spiritual journey and also this gaming journey, I really appreciate you. I get so many touching messages about my work in TFT or my work in the LCS or my work as a coach from people who just say that I bring a smile to them or I've helped them change their perspective or change the way that they live their life. And those messages are really nourishing to me. And if you're going to continue to follow me, I really appreciate your support and your continued support. And look, if you're look, I don't care about gaming stuff. I don't care about any of this personal development stuff. You should unfollow my Twitter right now because I love you, but I'm going to be posting personal development content from here on in because that's what I'm passionate about. And I think that's my highest calling and the gift I can offer to the world. So for those of you who are going to continue to follow me, I appreciate you. For those of you who are hey, I'm going to just focus on gaming stuff and I've liked you on the LCS, but I'm going in another direction, I appreciate you too. For all of you, much love. And I want you to remember, from someone who used to be in a place of utter darkness and disconnection, and changed everything about me. My mind, my personality, my body, and my life. Change is possible for you. So don't give up, just stay in the game. All right, see ya.